How we doing? You know, from time to time, the Lord sees fit to show us things. I was at my friend's house, and we had a barbecue. We had a barbecue and whatever, and I was going to bed. It was out of town. And, I was getting ready to fall asleep, and my heart just starts beating. Like, I feel like it's going to beat out of my chest. That's how hard it is. And then it's like, I look down, and it's like, see it, poo, 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 poo. And this fear overtook me, right? I was like, well, and all of a sudden, it's like, and I was before this. What do I want to say? It was a giant cavern underground. Is what it felt like. Seeing fissures and moans and wailing and screams, and then I hear a voice, and I know it's Jesus. He says, "Will you take hell for your friend?" And I remember I started weeping because, considering it, I didn't want this place for my friend, right? And but I know that to choose that, it wasn't like I'll say yeah, and then it was real before me the choice, right? And in my heart, I knew that if I said yeah, that I would never see my Lord again, because that's what hell is: separation from Him, His presence, and all the good that He is in the world. I remember I started weeping, and I said, I'll do it. I'll take His place." And the Lord said, "I'm not asking you to go to hell for Him. What I'm asking you to do is go in the next room and tell Him to repent." I was like, "Oh, he's sleeping in there with his lady. This is gonna be weird." That's even almost was worse, you know. But then I just remember what I just saw, and there's nothing that could dissuade me from that. So I go get up to go open the door where he's sleeping with his lady, and hands shaking like, "Oh, it's gonna be weird, man." I just remember what I just saw, so I go in, I fall on my knees, I say, "My friend, God says you gotta repent from the way you're living." And his lady's like, "Huh?" He's been talking in some strange language for like hours in his sleep. And he woke up and went back in the guest bedroom and prayed and whatever for a minute, and he went to bed, whatever. And I was like, okay, that was intense, Lord. Thank you for all that you do for me, that I don't have to go to hell. All of a sudden, my chest started pounding again. Boop, 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 boop. It was like all that was just like a blue white light, and then and I was before this presence that was all consuming. Like this light is just pushing past me almost violently. I feel it like wanting to tear through my skin. And my eyes are closed, but it's like I can't block out the light even with my hands. And it's not like audible words. It's just mind to mind, faster than thought. And I heard his voice say, "What have you done for my kingdom?" And instantly it was like, like everything I'd done was played fast forward, like the things I'd done for God, the things I'd done for myself, the things that were not with a genuine heart, the things that were from a pure heart, and the things that weren't for God or weren't done out of love were just kind of like through this fizzled. And then I'm like thinking, okay, that's a good little amount right there, that's something. And in a loud booming voice, I hear, "You fall short. You fall short." I'm like, no, no, Lord, please, no. Please don't tell me to depart from you. Please don't tell me to depart from you. Why should I let you into heaven? And I'm crying at this time, I'm like, oh no. And the truth of it, because you can't lie, the truth is like drawn from you. What the truth is, you can't make up a story, you can't candy coat it. And the truth is just like, I say, Jesus, he's all I have, he's all I've ever had. Yes, he's all I got. Jesus, Jesus. And, mind you, the light's just like pushing past me. Like when Isaiah said, whoa, I'm undone. That's what I felt like. I felt like I was going to disintegrate because this presence of this being was so vast and consuming and just overwhelming. And then I hear a voice say, I know him. I know him. And when that the overwhelming, like, it was like these waves of like blue and green just over me. If that was what I had for eternity, I'd be all right with that for sure. Peace, overwhelming, like rivers of peace just surround me. More peace than I've ever experienced in my life. And then I hear him say, he who wins souls is wise. And there was a man walking down the sidewalk, something like that, like a little path, and he says, do you see that man? Do you know how valuable he is to me? And all the wealth of the world, all the fame, all these chicks on yachts, all like just all the money, just buying buildings, and it just all flash real fast. All the fame, people applauding you, and all of that is worth nothing compared to that man's soul. It can't buy him 1 second in my presence. And it flipped. He goes, that man is worth more than this whole world has to offer. One soul. I get it. And then it was weird. Like all these treasure chests went. I looked inside one, and it was. I can't explain it with human words. You know what I mean? It's like, but I know that one of those treasure chests was worth more than all this world combined, like times 10,000. You know what I mean? It was just. He's a good he's a giver of gift, the best giver of gifts. Like he rewards those who do his will here on earth. And all of a sudden, well, he told me something that's between me and him. And I was on a chariot where we're riding to war. There was a big giant cup, like a big golden chalice almost, and then inside it was like swirling, beautifully viscous but dangerous looking substance. You know what I mean? Like it was like I drawn into it to look at it, but at the same time I knew it was death. Like I knew it was his indignation. And he poured out and said, all those who reject me, all those who murdered my children, they'll drink fully of this cup. And a whole list of things popped up that were unacceptable, abominations to him. And those who do horrible things to children, you better repent. And so he poured it out. It went before us, and I was on chariot, and there was the people that had led to the Lord, slightly behind me. We're all riding together, going to battle, fight the evil, all dressed in gold and white. And then a blonde girl I didn't understand this till later, but blonde girl got on with me, and then there was many more with us. The most endearing part of all that was the fact that He's so powerful. And people now here in this world, you think you're going to tell God something? You ain't going to tell him nothing. You're not going to tell him nothing. If he wants something from you, he'll draw it from you. But for those that he loves, he's so endearing. If I could say one word to describe him, I would just say compassionate. You know what I mean? Like a love that just melts your heart, man. And he cares for us so much. But make no mistake, his name is a name above every name. And he is power beyond power. There's no name higher than his. It's the name above every other name. I'm just glad that light wasn't him. You know what? I like the light, but that was like too much. And then from there, it just kind of shot back, and then I was like watching like third person almost like above, and I was walking with him in this field of wheat, just kind of gently blowing, and he could be as big as he wants to, but he was probably like, I don't know, 6 feet tall, something a little more, like maybe like 6'3" or something, and he was just walking in the field, and there was no better place to be. You know what I mean? Like there was complete contentment, satisfaction guaranteed. And it was just so beautiful, the scenery, and I knew what he was gonna say. I said, I don't want to go. He says, yeah, but you have work to do. One day, all my children, all those who love my name, love me. All those who love my law will be with me. And it's endearing that such an amazing, powerful, giant, vast God can be completely 100% there with me, with you, with everyone. Like we're the only ones that ever existed. And what's even more impressive than that is that we're vapors and dust, man. That he even gives us a second thought. Because he's surrounded by the host of heaven. Beautiful. Anyways, so I had to go back. Here I am. But never be ashamed of saying his name. Declare it boldly. Say the truth no matter who's around. No matter the situation. You'll be glad you did. Because all those things are played before you and him. Your life's going to testify. For you, against you. Overcome the flesh. Let the Spirit lead. Walk in the Spirit. Seek his word. It's a beautiful thing. It's worth striving for. Finish that race. Run that race. Run it strong. Don't give up. Times get tough, but you seek him in prayer. Your prayers have more effect in this world than you can imagine. I mean, they're the substance to which he works for. And it's like a scrapbook before him, He lays it, it's always before him. Even prayers you said years ago are before him. It's like he looks over them like with enjoyment. He doesn't forget our prayers. They're always before him like a pleasing aroma. So be of good cheer. There's something awesome and amazing at the end. Love you guys. Take care.